Joe, you guys didn't bring a lot of blitzes this weekend against Illinois. Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't even see one. Against a mobile quarterback, you're going to be facing a similarly mobile quarterback this weekend. Is it going to be a similar scheme in place, even though it's obviously a different offense?
Yeah, I mean, this week our game plan was just kind of like keep the quarterback contained with our pass rush. We didn't blitz a lot. We had a few zone pressures in there. But, I think week to week we change what we're doing so that no one can key on what we're doing as a defense. So, like to change up our coverages, change up our pressures, zone, man, whatever it be. So Coach Hank, week in, week out, comes up with a great game plan, and we're willing to execute whatever he has in store for us.
And similarly, last weekend, a couple of QB draws up the middle that he got loose on and a couple of kind of RPO actions up the middle that he got loose on. What's your guys' responsibility in the middle of the field there to keep that from being less open?
Yeah, I mean, it depends what defense we're in. A couple of those QB draws, we're in a three-man rush, so we only have three guys up on the ball as a D-line, so it's kind of tough to be able to, clog up the middle when there's only one guy on the nose. But we were able to, execute and get off the field on majority of third down, so I think that's the key for us to be able to win this week as well, is just stopping the quarterback. He's a very athletic, talented thrower who can drive the ball downfield and, has a big arm. So whatever they throw at us, we're ready to counter with some blitzes of our own, or if we're ready to drop back 8 and blitz 3, then that's what we'll do.
Hey, Joe. Fitz has never won Coach of the Year. We'll find out soon if he wins it this year. What would that mean to the players, you think, if he wins that?
Yeah, Coach Fitz, he's the face of this program, and he's a great leader for us. And I think for him to win Coach of the Year would be a testament of his hard work. And, week in, week out, he's always given us a great game plan and great motivation, but also being experienced in what we're going through right now. He was a Big Ten champion. He went to the Rose Bowl. And those are two goals that we have this year that are right in front of us. And I think to be able to have that experience is a testament to why he's in consideration for that award.
Do you have any thoughts on the Cardiac Cats nickname, how it's played out this season?
Yeah, I mean, we're not always out big early. We're not winning games by a lot of points, but I think we play a tough schedule this year, and that's a testament to the opponents that we've played. All of them are very talented, and everyone's on scholarship, so it's not like we're playing against teams that we're going to blow out week in, week out. So I think we've played a lot of great teams, and we've played them tough, and to be able to win them in the fourth quarter is with that Cardiac Cats nickname. It's better to win in the fourth quarter than it is to lose a game. So I think we're fortunate to have that nickname because it means we're playing well in the fourth and executing down the stretch.
Haskins obviously been dominant this season. Can you talk about what makes him such an effective player and how you guys can go about slowing him down?
Yeah, Haskins, I mean, first and foremost, he's got a big arm. He's got a lot of talented wide receivers that he can throw the ball downfield to. Whether you show him man or zone, he's able to, find the weak spots. And I think he's, very good at being able to read through his keys, and he doesn't stick on his number one key too long if it's not there. But also he's able to move the pocket, whether it's designed, if they're booting him out or if he's making plays on his own, he's able to extend the plays with his feet. Makes it challenging as a pass rusher to be able to contain him. And, our secondaries, I promise they'll do a great job this week. I think they have had some setbacks, but they're ready to step up this week.
Joe, you were pretty successful for the most part against Illinois in the red zone. They started off with 3 field goals. They had a late score. Tell us a little bit about what took place in the red zone where you will deny them touchdowns versus field goals.
Yeah, as a defense, when the field shrinks in the red zone, it posed an opportunity for us to be able to create momentum and give the ball back to our offense. Whether we get a stop or they kick a field goal, for us, our main goal is to stop that first down that gets momentum down to the goal line and stop them from scoring, and that allows us to stay in the game. Giving up a touchdown is something that as a defense kind of it'll deflate you a little bit. So we do whatever we can when we get down the red zone to be able to stop that.
You said you promised the secondary will do a great job this week. What gives you such faith as part of it? I mean, we can see on the depth chart here that some of those guys who haven't been playing are back to health.
Yeah, I think those guys have been working really hard, and I think it's time for them to step up, and they've been doing a great job so far. I think whoever we throw on the field, I don't know the health of everyone, but whoever's on the field, I think is in a great position to make plays on Saturday.
You think Montre's been exceptional this year?
For sure, he's a all Big Ten level player, and I hope he gets recognized this year.
So on the road and an underdog, you couldn't ask for anything more?
Yeah, I love it. Love everything about it. It's kind of awesome having people not really like you or think that you're going to win a game, because it just feels so much better when you prove them wrong. So, yeah.
Their offense obviously puts up a lot of points. Are you guys expecting this to be a shootout where you guys are going to have to put up a ton of points offensively?
I wouldn't say so, because I expect our defense to make some big plays and go out there and do what they're more than capable of doing. Playing very sound defense, being able to stop the run, stop the pass, put pressure on the quarterback, do a lot of things like that. I believe in our defense to do things like that, and then that'll help our offense just go out there and just play football, which is fun.
Obviously, you started out as a wide receiver, but you've been a superback for some time now. Are you fully adjusted to kind of blocking in the running game as more of an inline guy when you're asked to do that?
No, not yet. I'm small. I'm smaller than typical tight end or anything like that. So, trying to adjust the way that I block is completely different than a lot of other traditional tight ends that you would see. But I love the challenge, and I love trying to go up against someone who's bigger than me and thinks they'll just knock me on my butt and try to put them on theirs.
Is it nice having a big guy like Bowser behind you?
Absolutely. It's awesome having him back there. I love how he's a young guy just stepping up and ready to make plays whenever he gets his chance to, and he's definitely been doing that the past couple of weeks. So I'm happy he's got his chance to shine, and he's delivering too.
Cam, I noticed when I was in the field after the game before going into the locker room that you were having a nice conversation with some of your pals from Illinois that you obviously went to high school with. Tell us what it was like to be down there with that camaraderie.
It was fun to play against them. I haven't played with them in a couple of years, and going out there and seeing them succeed and playing football in the Big Ten is just it's awesome to see, because I know a couple of my buddies that are all around the Big Ten or all around the nation playing football. They're doing well at what they do best, is play football. So a guy like Michael Marquez, got to see him play. He has a brother, Jimmy Marquez, who wasn't able to play because of injury, but looking up and seeing him across from me was different, but it was also fun because we kind of grew up together, and we played football all throughout high school and things like that, and it was fun to see him in a different color and making some very big plays for them. Another guy like Caleb Reams making some catches for them. We played against each other, but it's fun to see people that you know and see them do well playing football.
What was Coach Fitz's role in your recruitment, and what has he done this year to keep you guys together after a tough start?
In my recruitment, he was, I guess he was one of the key guys in my recruitment. I remember on my visits, I would come in and just kind of talk to him and ask him what his goal was as a coach, whether he wanted to go somewhere else or wanted to do something different. And he told me right off the bat that being a head coach wasn't his first thing that he wanted to do. It wasn't his dream job. He wanted to be a position coach here. And, by certain circumstances, he had to step up and do that. So he was honored to be in the position he is now. And it was honestly very nice to hear that, because that kind of meant that he wanted to be here with, well, not just me, but everyone else, and he wanted to stay here rather than trying to go somewhere else or trying to keep climbing the ladder and everything. So that was really nice to know that he wanted to be there for not just me, but everyone here, and create that family feel. And having him here and staying here and wanting to be the best coach that he can be is awesome. It's fun to watch him grow as a coach and win more games, and I'm just glad to be a part of his career.
And early in the season, I assume he played a sizable role in getting you guys back on track?
Absolutely, yeah. He pushes us to be the best that we can be. Whether it's working out, it's conditioning, practicing, he always knows that we can be one step better, and he believes in us, which is very key to everything. So never really puts doubt on us or puts us down in any circumstance or situation, and he picks us up more than anything to give us more confidence. And I think that honestly is one of the best things you can have as a person. Not even being a coach, just as a person, always being there to help the people around you and make them better people. So that's kind of cool what he's been doing it since I've been here, and during the beginning of the season he really showed us that he believed in us, that we could do it and win the West. So yeah.
Safe to assume you'll be playing Saturday.
Yeah, I'll be I got my feet wet a little bit on some special teams this past weekend, so I'll be getting my workload up a little more this Saturday, seeing where I'm needed. But whatever, I play 50 snaps, I play 10 snaps, I'm going to embrace my role and do it to the best of my ability.
How nice was it for you and your fellow DBs the last 2 weeks, knowing you guys didn't actually have to win those games?
I mean, it definitely, I feel like, takes pressure off of the young guys. Guys that are taking some of their first snaps, getting some of their first starts. But, as you can see, they played their balls off. They went out there and they got stops. They made plays, created turnovers, and they played like they had been preparing to start the whole season. And, that's what we harp on here. So, I couldn't be more proud of them. And, it definitely gave some of the older guys, some of the vets, time to, get off their feet and nurse some of the injuries that, that we faced in the secondary, midway on the latter half of the season. So, couldn't be more proud of them.
Do you remember what your impressions were of Fitz when he was during the recruiting process, and what made you think he was the right coach for you, and what makes him the right coach for this program?
Yeah, I do remember being a little surprised at, how he acted when he first met me. It was almost like he knew me already, and I feel like that has kind of stood this whole time that I've been here. I didn't really know a whole lot about Northwestern until they came to my school and spoke with me. I was like, yeah, Northwestern, what conference is that in? And then I showed up to Fitz's house on my official visit, and it was like he had been, watching me since I was playing Pee Wee. So that definitely held true, in my time here. And, I couldn't have asked for a better head coach, in my college career.
What concerns you the most about their offense? How do you slow them down, especially the wide receivers, Campbell and Bill?
Yeah, I think they're very well-rounded. They have a strong running game. Dobbins and Weber are really good backs. And I feel like that opens it up even more for, their passing game to get off. Haskins is who he is. He's got a great arm, makes good reads, great pocket presence. He doesn't get antsy back there. He, lets his reads come and go. The receivers run really good routes. They got some speed on the perimeter. So, just the well-roundedness is probably what you worry about the most when you play Ohio State. But, like we say around here, they're going to do what they do. We're going to do what we do, and then that's to stop them. We've played stingy defense all year, and I think that's going to show up, this Saturday.
Jarrett, what's your best theory for why you guys are so good away from home?
I don't know. We just get up a little different, when we go on the road. We know that we're going in, 74 against, however many, 50,000, 40,000, however many we're going against. And I think that just, gives the guys that much more motivation to go in and prove all the naysayers wrong, sometimes being the underdog. Even, when we go into Minnesota, a game that we thought, people should expect us to win, we go on the underdog. That just gives us that much more of an edge when we take the field. So I think that has a little bit to do with it. I think, Fitz and the coaching staff do a very good job preparing us to play in those games with, the crowd noise that we get at practice, different things that we look at on film and on tape for preparing us for the kind of energy we'll be playing against. So I think we just do a really good job with our preparation for going on the road.
Jared, since you've been out here these last few games, Travis Willock has had the opportunity to get a lot of PT. Tell us a little bit about what you think his future is like here.
I think Travis is going to have a great future. He stays healthy and he keeps preparing the way he does. I think the sky's the limit for him. He's a good tackler. He's got good range, and he studies. He watches a lot of tape. He's always texting me, and it could be late at night. Like, you trying to get some film, and I'm like, bro, like, I'm gonna see you in the morning. And he's like, nah, let's do it now. So he's a real student of the game, and I think anytime you have somebody like that, they're gonna have a bright future. So his next couple years or however many reps he plays for the rest of his time here, he's gonna do some things.
Jared, you were saying the younger guys allowed you to nurse you and some other guys to nurse some injuries. Were the other guys kind of on a similar schedule to you, the other guys in that defensive back room?
That would be something you have to talk to them about. I'm not exactly sure how they're program or the things for their rehab are going. So that would be something you have to talk to them about. But I definitely think we're gonna see a healthy secondary pretty soon.
You mentioned being the underdog in previous games. How do you embrace that more than ever this week?
Yeah, I mean it's the biggest game of most of our careers. All right, this is the first time as the program we've been in a Big Ten championship game. And, if we came in as the favorite or the underdog, I feel like we would prepare the same way. I think we know what kind of team Ohio State is, and I think we know the challenge that's ahead of us. I think we do a good job of preparing to play any team the same way, whether we're playing Illinois or we're playing, Bama, we're going to prepare the same way. So I think I don't think it'll be too big of a challenge, but it'll definitely help us come in with a chip on our shoulders.
Good to have you here again.
Yeah, thanks.
That Ohio State pass rush, haven't done it every game, but what did you see from what those guys did against Michigan?
Well, they definitely got after the quarterback. They're talented up front, going to propose a huge challenge for us this week. And, yeah, they just tried to single out blockers from Michigan and get guys in one-on-one matchups, and they won them. And so that's the biggest thing for us is the one-on-one matchups, and that's how we're going to be successful is by winning those.
What's the overall mindset? A lot of people say this is the biggest game around here since the Rose Bowl. So is it a little bit of everything? Excitement, nervous, anxiousness, a whole lot of everything?
I would say more excitement than anything. We've played in a lot of big games here, but this is probably the biggest in terms of the stage. So for us, it's just excitement. You don't get these opportunities every year, as we've seen. This is my 5th year and my first time in the Big Ten championship game. So I would just say excitement, ready to go out and play. It's a big deal for us as a program and as seniors, leaving our lasting mark on this program, going out the way we wanted to go out from the beginning of the year. So I would say more excited than anything.
Program?
I would say it's definitely one of the goals that we have. So signature, if this is you have to build on this. This can't, for the program, this needs to be a every year thing, is competing for the Big West title and having a chance to play in the Big Ten championship game. So I would say it's a building block more than a signature moment.
You got nothing to lose. We're here, and whatever happens, we made it here, and love to make a statement, but it's like you can play free, so to speak.
I think we can. I think, the past couple weeks were weird because we already had the Big West title, and so you're just trying to win, win the game, and then obviously stay healthy for the end goal. So I think this week it's more of just like cut it loose and play fast and play free, be physical, do the things that we normally do. So I wouldn't say that it's cut it loose. We have nothing to lose, because we can lose the game, and then we don't want that. But I would say we have a chance to just go out and play free and play physical and a chance to win, which is awesome.
JB, if you could explain for us your relationship with Blake Hance, along with Tommy Doles. The three of you are all seniors.
Yeah.
This is pretty much your last season together, and you have all been here, obviously, for some time now. It seems like 10 years. For
yeah,
God's
right.
sake.
It does. So Blake's been my roommate for the past 3 years. We're really close. We play next to each other. We've had 30-something starts next to each other in our careers, so we're definitely super tight-knit. And same with Tommy. I don't live with Tommy, but all three of us coming in together, being close friends. And Tom, I really think, is one of the most truly special people in this program. Just everything he does every day, he comes to work and inspires me to be better, just because he brings it every day. There's not one day where he's not energetic or running around or anything. It's Tom Doles is the same every day, no matter the circumstances, and so I'm greatly appreciative of that. And so I think together our dynamic is awesome, because we've gotten a lot of flack over the past couple of years, and a lot of stuff, we've been at the forefront. And so for us to have the success this late in the year and have success our senior year, especially going to the Big Ten championship game, I think is awesome for us as a group. Cool, guys. See you Saturday.